I'm recording, but I don't know what it is. The whole cloud in that area now is lighting up from a little pinprick. Look at it, Connor. Connor!
Welcome back. Blake Cousins here, Third Phase of Moon. Breaking news just this morning. I received an email from Jason Hutton from the UK. He was visiting the US and captured more H.A.R.P anomalies. You know, this week, I think we broke the biggest news in regards to the H.A.R.P phenomenon. Jason sharing his video of pretty much what looks like the same thing captured a year ago. Hey, thanks for joining us right here at Third Phase of Moon, Jason.
Hi, pleased to meet you.
Wow, you know, this video is quite amazing. We're gonna roll the entire clip here in just in a few seconds, but you're there with your kids?
Yeah, I was over there on holiday, vacation, on International Drive. We'd spent the day in the animal kingdom, and it was around about 5:30 in the evening. Some of them were still getting ready, so I went down with my son to the bar. Sat across from Wet and Wild, and literally as I sat down, I looked up and saw obviously this extremely large cloud and the light, you know, like I suppose emerging from the side of it, and that was a very, very large light. You'll see in the actual video itself, there's a passenger plane that actually, you know, goes towards it, and also some helicopters, and that should give you some perspective of really how big it is.
It sounds like the kids were kind of concerned about your concern of what you're witnessing in the sky. Tell us about that.
Yeah, my son, he was about 12 at the time, he actually thought it was a little bit scary. I mean, I was in awe. I mean, I'd seen and heard information about H.A.A.R.P before, and that was my immediate thought. I also inquired in the restaurant behind me if there was anyone local who lived around there, and if there was any military bases close by. And they said in that general direction there was the Lockheed Works. So it kind of lent towards, you know, something more H.A.A.R.P-ish type thing than a UFO. But, you know, I'm no expert, and there was definitely nothing shining from the ground to the cloud. Because I was there most of the evening, it didn't occur again, and I actually revisited at the same time for the next few evenings, and nothing at all again.
You know, once in a lifetime event, again, captured by people from around the world with their cameras ready. Let me ask you this. I know just last week we broke the news to the world. I think the video's been seen millions of times around the world. Quaid captured something, and then immediately following up, Chris Mercer submitted footage. Did you get a look at this H.A.R.P video we posted up on Third Phase Moon over the past week?
I did actually. I watched it this evening, and that was the first time I'd seen anything as similar to what I'd seen myself, and obviously that made me think I really need to contact you and show you exactly what I've got.
All right, everybody, stand by. We're going to take a look at this uncut video right now.
I don't think it's showing up.
Oh my God!
Connor, what is it? That's not the sun, Connor. That is not the sun. Connor, that is not the sun.
That must be scared you.
No, I'm not scared. I'm amazed. That is not the sun.
You're not the slightest bit scared?
No, it's bloody amazing. What is it? I'm recording, but I don't know what it is. The whole cloud in that area now is lighting up from a little pinprick. Look at it, Connor.
As it is.
Connor! It's gone. Unless someone's shining on it. But what are they shining on it? Plane going to go into view in a sec. Plane going to go virtually over the top of it. Still changing. And an helicopter. I wish something went right next to it. That's a long way away, that. It's gone. It's gone. It's completely gone. Gone. I'm keeping running just in case. It's completely gone, Connor.
Welcome back, Third Phase of Moon, back with Jason. Hey, appreciate you joining us right here, sharing your incredible footage. You know, the world needs to wake up that something's going on. Is it military, extraterrestrial? I'm not exactly sure, but something strange is going on in the skies, and you captured something quite incredible.
Thank you.
All right, Jason, keep in touch, and I know you're going to have your cameras ready. Any last words for the people out there in Third Phase of Moon of what you think you captured?
Well, I wish I actually knew. I mean, I did have a look afterwards to see if I could see anything emerging from the clouds. You know, re-reviewed the video footage, but I couldn't see anything myself. I do think it's H.A.A.R.P, and I mean, the only thing I could ever tell anyone is start looking up. There's no point in looking down, because if you're going to see something, it's up.
Absolutely, Jason.
Phase of Moon. Third.
That's right, Third Phase of Moon, back on air, taking your calls from around the world. We're in our new studio, Third Phase of Moon, and we're excited. I mean, we're going to be going over video that has just come in within the past few hours. That's the way it is, always right here at Third Phase of Moon. Breaking news, unbelievable. Love this. Love what we're doing over here at Third Phase. It's always exciting, always something new. Breaking news pretty much on a 12-hour basis. I got to say, things are going down big time around planet Earth. What's going on with this H.A.A.R.P weather experiment? Well, I'm not sure. All I know is that we have multiple sources, multiple videos that have been coming in for the past week. It's blowing me away. It's blowing everybody away. And it is something that I got a feeling it's not over yet, people. Hang on. The roller coaster ride's just begun. Also, we have this incredible crystal clear HD footage of a flying saucer. It's almost too good to be true. We're having Jaime Maussan investigate it, send it out to professionals in Italy to see what's going on in this video that you're looking at right now. Everybody go to Third Phase of Moon, take a look at the latest video of this flying saucer disc, broad daylight. I'd say some of the clearest footage I've ever seen, the world's ever seen. Share this to the world. We have Mike waiting on right now at Third Phase of Moon. He submitted just within 6 hours, like I'm saying, is what we're calling the jellyfish UFO. It is quite amazing. We're going to be enhancing this video, slowing it down, taking a closer look. To me, it seems biological, but it could be definitely some kind of craft. But it's amazing. Take a look at this video. It's quite amazing. We're going to get to Mike right now. He's gracious enough to join us right here at Third Phase of Moon. I think it's pretty late in his area. Let's bring Mike to the show. Mike, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, Mike. Hey, thanks for joining us right here at Third Phase.
How you doing?
Doing pretty good. It's the first time we've ever spoken, and I appreciate you submitting this video to Third Phase that we're going to be sharing to the world. Is that okay?
Yeah, not a problem.
All right, Mike. Well, welcome. Let's get to the beginning of this. Tell the people, where was the shot and when?
It shot. It's in a little town called Dos Palos. It's about I don't know. It's probably about 35 miles, 40 miles from Fresno, and just a little ways off of I-5. Where the actual craft was flying was on the outskirts of town, towards the I-5 freeway that sits back a little ways from town, and it was amazing. I with the naked eye, or maybe even say a smartphone camera, not really strong enough to focus in real close to it, and you couldn't really tell what it was other than just something in the sky. But then when you focus in, it was amazing to see that tail on the bottom.
Well, that's what struck me right off the bat. In the beginning, I thought, well, I pretty much might have dismissed it as a weather balloon sighting, but the closer I look, the closer you look at it, though, the weather balloons don't act in this way, and it continuously morphs, and the colors are quite amazing. This purple, translucent, iridescent kind of image. It reminds me straight out of a Chinese man-o-war that we have over here in Hawaii. These man-o-war, these jellyfish that have these tentacles that kind of have... the video last...
That's crazy to see that.
This video, we're going to go over, I think you said this video in two parts. We're going to go over it raw right here at the Third Phase of Moon Radio right now. I'm sure we're going to be posting some special clips just right after the show at the Third Phase so everybody could take a quick look on what's going on. But let me tell you, what were you thinking at the time when you shot this?
I was in shock, and for it to be something that you would get that much time to see in the sky like that was amazing too. I mean, you see a lot of footage of certain things. Very seldom do you ever get to capture anything for that long of that period of time. But it was very slow moving. That probably was a lot to do with it. But I just, to this day, and like I said, that was a few years ago, and I'm in awe still. I can't even fathom what the heck it was.
It looks quite large. You zoom in on it, and you have some perspective with telephone wires. And how large would you say this craft was?
Well, to me, it looks like it took the distance that I could say it was from where I'm at, and it's speculation, of course, but I'd say probably if you put up a penny or something out in front of you in your hand, that would probably be what it would take to cover it, the round part of it.
So would my guesstimate? I'm looking at the video right now. I'm thinking, approximately 70 to 80 feet long.
At least. I mean I don't know. It was incredible, but it was large. It wasn't small. That's for sure. I don't even know how it was moving. What propelled it.
Yeah, if it's a weather balloon, you would have thought it would have just kind of floated along and then out of sight pretty quickly. This is what they do, but this video goes on for about approximately 12 to 20 minutes. I'm not exactly sure. It's a two-part video. Yeah. It's breaking news. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, it was about 12 minutes, and then there was another short period after that I had in part two.
Wow, so did you show this to any friends, family, anybody give any opinion on what they thought it was right off the bat?
Everybody tried to say weather balloon, there's a lot of people still think it's probably just a weather balloon, but, I don't know. People are skeptic. I wish I could have, or if there's still a possibility, I'm sure there's a place that I can get maybe some information on that date from somebody, then they can, I don't know if it would be something that would be kept secret if they tell you or not, but maybe if there was a weather balloon or something. I know we're about 100 miles from the Air Force Base there in Lemoore.
It definitely could be a military experiment, weather balloon, but, when we're taking a close look at it, we're going to let the people decide on what this is, and I'm sure people are going to have a lot of opinions and pretty much strike it off as a weather balloon right away, but it's giving off these strange characteristics. We're slowing things down. The popping of the lights is just, something we want to share in Third Phase. I definitely want to thank you for joining us right here and sharing it to the world. How did you come across Third Phase? I know we just got the video link from you, I think, within 12 hours.
Yeah, that's another great thing I was going to tell you and let your listeners know that, if you want somebody that's going to respond to your emails, you guys are definitely the one. I'm sure you receive lots of them. I don't know how you guys go through them, but I'm so grateful that you guys got to it right away. I've actually sent you a few pictures, I believe it was a while back, of something that I had seen or whatever, but I've seen you guys on YouTube, and it's been about 2 years now, and I've been watching you ever since.
Hey, man. Hey, thanks a lot for that. And let me ask you, as a watcher. What have you been thinking of this breaking news happening all week in regards to this H.A.R.P and weather phenomenon?
Yeah, that's another thing. It's hard to say. I mean, one thing I can tell you though is we used to have an ionospheric, very secret. No one knew about it around here, but I did. And
Wow.
there's been there was it's ionospheric testing grounds by the SRI company. Used to run it under the United States Air Force, and they closed it. Everything, all this stuff kind of went on after 9/11, just slowly, these little places, which nobody knew about to begin with, but they had a big array of antennas, and I did all the research on them, and that was for artificial intelligence. They did tracking of drugs and shipment containers. They did all kinds of things, and this place is huge. And then all of a sudden the poles disappeared, and I was told it was different technology, and then all of a sudden it left, and then it's gone now. But all in all, there's a lot of crazy things that go on around here. I mean, we've seen big stuff over here at the lake, which was dedicated by John F. Kennedy. So I know there's lots of things that are not really visible, but they're here.
Quite interesting inside information I think the world's never heard before. Could you tell us again and the listeners what the name of this project was?
This is the town that I'm from. Is that what you said? I'm sorry.
The top secret project that was working on this weather experiment.
It was the ionospheric testing grounds, and it was a transmitter site, and the receiver site was at China Lake, the base out there in China Lake.
Wow, interesting information. You know what, Mike? Have your cameras ready because I think the weather phenomenon has just begun. From what we've been hearing through chatter of this high frequency technology that's been advanced.
The lightning shows that we had the other night, I don't think it was last, it was the night before, was so fascinating. It was so warm outside. I'm 41 years old, and I've seen quite a bit. And one thing that I've been fascinated the most about is the weather.
It seems this unnatural phenomenon is happening worldwide. We want to thank Mike for sharing whatever happened in the skies in his neighborhood. Mike, thanks for joining us right here at Third Phase.
Thank you.
All right, that was Mike, and we call it the purple jellyfish. UFO, weather balloon, maybe. Biological entity, maybe. It's we don't know. That's why we're going to share it to the world. Everybody, stay tuned to Third Phase Moon. You got a UFO sighting you want to report? Share live on Third Phase? Call in to our number, 347-934-0378. Everybody stand by. We'll be right back.
Third Phase Moon back. 4 brand new sightings just within 24 hours right here at Third Phase Moon. 10 minutes. We're going to go over incredible footage from around the world. Let's get started. Check this out.
Nou, ik weet niet wat het is. Want het was net aan het morfen en alles. Die komt zo alweer, Pat.
Richard Helkamp from the Netherlands captured something astonishing July 17th, 2015. Over the Netherlands, what are we looking at? We're going to get some zoom-in shots, get a closer look.
Ha! Ja, hij is weg. Nee, even in dinges.
We've got Brett Cousins here. He's going to be analyzing the 4 videos you're about to see within 10 minutes. Trust me, it's going to be a wild ride. Brett, what's your opinion on the first video?
Blake, this is a good one. He does describe the element structure, the black morphing craft. And I do like the way he positions himself at the best moment to capture this UFO. This is a good update for anybody out there. If they capture a UFO, this is a good protocol way to... I give this guy a thumbs up in capturing this video. He waits. He knows it's going to come behind this tree here. And notice, as it does, it's something big, it's large. He describes it as he speaks. He says this thing's huge. We're wondering how big is it?
Let's take a look at this as it rolls.
Huh. Die komt zo alweer, Pat. Dan vliegt hij weer.
Right. Echt.
Weet niet wat het is?
Nee.
Het is huge. Ha. Ja, hij is weg. Nee, even in dinges.
A submitter right here at Third Phase Moon wanted to get a better analyzation of the video you're looking at right now. Fronk Bear, Thunder Bay, July 18, 2015. What are we looking at?
Pretty neat.
What are we looking at? Seriously, we're zooming in on the pictures. If this is an airplane, it doesn't look like any airplane I've ever seen. Take a look.
It's right up there.
Again, this was captured between Lake Helen and Thunder Bay, July 18, 2015. If anybody else captured this, submit it to us right here at Third Phase Moon. I want to get Brent's opinion on what this is. Is it an airplane, a morphing object, military? Again, it's a UFO in my opinion.
A lot of activity in Ontario right now, and what's coming up next is going to be quite fascinating, but I'm fascinated with this upload at the moment. And you asked me if this is extraterrestrial or something military. I'm thinking it's more military, possibly a drone. And I do like that Frank actually contacted Third Phase of Moon so that we can analyze, get a little bit closer and see what's going on. And it's no conventional airplane. There's something strange, different. It's not commercial. This is military in my opinion, Blake.
The way it just floats along the skyline, it couldn't be an airplane.
All right, Blake, let's get to it right now from Sweden. Something that's very familiar. It's almost straight out of the video from Netherlands, but this is different. This is close up, something crystal clear. We're just gonna zoom in. I'm seeing light reflection. I like the way it's moving between the telephone wires. This is fascinating footage. The reflection is unusual. It does almost look like it could be trash in the air, but when we look at it closer, there seems to be some sort of structure, metallic. It does not move like a balloon, in my opinion. Blake, what do you think we're looking at here?
Well, when Ivan Carlson submitted this video along with Frank's video on the same day, I'm thinking we're looking at the same craft. Whatever it is, that's something we're going to let the people decide. Again, UFOs come in on a daily basis. We got 4 that we're showing to you tonight. That's how it rolls right here at Third Phase of Moon. Brent, you got another statement? Go ahead.
Yes, right now I'm reading Ivan's statements, and he said there were multiple witnesses is on the ground during the he says 2:30 in the afternoon, around that time. He wasn't specific on the minute, but he does kind of correlate other recent sightings that's been happening in that general area. And there's his statement on the people on the ground. They were stunned on what they saw, and they still have no reason or rhyme on what this is. They're still stunned, and what we like about it, they sent it to Third Phase Moon directly, and I hope everybody out there that sees these videos, the proof that's going out, send it to us, because we're going to analyze it, get it close, and give credit where credit's due.
Absolutely. The links are below for all the videos, so everybody can take a look for themselves. Let's get to this next video. It just came in within a few minutes before we started this. And it's from Lynn Shin, and she says UFO, question mark, question mark, question mark. Is this a UFO? Take a look at this video. Just tonight, July 22nd, 2015, what are we looking at? The video suddenly stops as she zooms in on the object. We want to get her reaction. Stay tuned for that. Brent, what's your first impressions on this?
It's really like a roller coaster ride around here. The information comes in fast, it's fluid, and it's giving it right now. We're seeing it visually. Lynn, who's captured this video, had the right mind to pull over, get out of the car, and capture this shot. It's quite amazing. I'm not sure what we're looking at, but it does represent flying saucers that's been captured from around the world.
Third phase of moon, that's what it's all about, Brent. You know, within 10 minutes, 4 videos shared, within 24 hours of information that comes in right here at Third Phase of Moon. You know what? We just made over a quarter of a million subscribers right here at Third Phase of Moon, and over 150 million views. The world is watching and waking up. Everybody, keep your eyes on the skies. We're not alone.
That's right. Third Phase of Moon back. Live, taking your calls from around the world. Wow, this is going to be an incredible show. We've got Mr. Alex Mistrada. He's one of the few full-time professional investigators in the UFO field. He worked at MUFON, Los Angeles, Director of Investigations, and a former MUFON, part of the MUFON STAR team. He's currently the Director of Investigations for the UPARS administration, and Alex is a cryptozoologist. He broke some news just this week in regards to these photographs that you're looking at right now. The 1970s, Navy, Arctic, something went down, something massive, something big. When we shared this on Third Phase of Moon, the world was shocked. And I know Mr. Mistrada has some information for us right here at Third Phase of Moon. We're going to be going over what the story behind these photographs, and hopefully we could get some information, some answers. And if anybody has any questions for Alex, the number to call in is 347-934-0378. Is everybody ready for a ride right here at Third Phase of Moon? Let's get to it. Alex Mistrada, you there?
Yes, I am. How are you?
Hey, pretty good. Welcome to the show, Alex.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You know what? Let's get down to it. What's up with these photographs that have basically almost broke the internet? Quite amazing.
Yeah, this really blew up. It even surprised me. Yeah, what happened was I got a call about a week and a half ago to 2 weeks. I have some sources in Europe that I've used in the past from prior investigations, mostly on Russian UFOs, which was one of my favorite subjects. I wrote a chapter in one of my books about that. So I've used the sources for years. And basically they told me some of these pictures are coming out and you've got to check them out. And they're going to be appearing in this French magazine called Top Secret. So I've heard these stories before, crazy pictures. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll check them out. I wasn't expecting anything much, to be honest with you. Saw the pictures, and as I think everybody can tell, they're pretty mind-blowing. And nobody was investigating this at all. Nobody knew anything, anonymous source sent the photos, and that was it. There was a little bit of info on the magazine. All it said was that they were supposedly taken in March of 1971 from a United States submarine somewhere in the Arctic between Iceland and Jan Mayen Island, which is owned by Norway, by the way. And it named the submarine as the USS Trepang SSN 674. And it named the admiral on board by the name of Dean Reynolds. And that is all the info that you had on this case. So I decided that I wanted this case. I'm going to take it on, and I'm going to pursue this because I think, it was obviously, as you can tell, it's worthwhile.
Absolutely. Shocking photographs. Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, so it turns out I was able to confirm through some official channels, and then also Navy website, the internet's really great nowadays, that indeed, the subs of H.A.A.R.P was at that location in March of 1971, for sure. They were there in a scientific expedition, just some mundane, I don't know, I'm not even really sure exactly what they're doing, but they're going through the Arctic ice, a lot of tests. Anyway, had nothing to do with UFOs or anything, supposedly. And the Admiral was indeed on board of the sub. And also, I got another name by a guy by the name of John Klicka, which was, according to the story, was the first guy to see the objects, and he informed the Admiral, and they're the ones that took the pictures. So I was able to track both of those guys down. I work with Steve Murillo at UFO, and Steve's an ex-Navy guy, so I asked him to talk to the Admiral for me. I was hoping kind of like the Navy connection, would help get some info out, and I talked to John Klicka myself, who actually had heard me on a radio show the week prior, and he was actually interested in talking to me. So anyway, as it turns out, they both denied having anything to do with this, as pretty much expected. The Admiral had a great quote. All he said was, "I only saw ice."
Wow. That's, basically the answers you get when you start delving in with public officials. You're pretty much not going to get the answer straight. But what about these photographs? We've analyzed it. We don't see anything that shows any kind of manipulation. They seem very authentic. What is it? We're having opinions. And some of the opinions that are coming in just off right when people see it, they're just like wondering what they're looking at. Maybe it's like a submarine kind of breaching out of the water and then crashing back in, or a major zeppelin of some sort, some airship. But we just can't quite put our finger on it. What is the census? I know you've worked with Jimmy Church and some other experts in the field. What's their opinions? What's the census of what this object is?
Yeah, I mean, you name it, I've heard every opinion on the planet. I did send these out to the special effects guy. Actually, one of my friends, he's actually working on Independence Day, the new one right now. So he's had a lot of experience in Hollywood, and he was able to take a look at those. And he was pretty sure that they're not doctored and not hoaxes. So now we don't know what they are, right? We know that he's 100% sure that these are real pictures, and so am I. My first impression, to be honest with you, is that these were ours, some kind of test. Because, I mean, the pictures are perfectly framed for the most part. So, and then, I got another lead just today. This is brand new. I had a contact that sent me an email from Germany. And I have to track this down. Like I said, it just came in today. According to him, these are Soviets, or ex-Soviets, or Russians. And that's pretty much all I got so far. So I'm pursuing that angle right now.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
How were these photographs distributed? Did the French magazine make contact with the person that shared the photos? How were they leaked?
Yeah, they were leaked with an anonymous source. And, and one of the reasons I went so public with this, and, I'm doing your show and other shows, I'm hoping whoever sent the pictures to kind of get a hold of me at some point. As of right now, we have no idea who took these. Now, I have a little bit of a theory. If you can see on the pictures that Sigma on the side of a lot of those, Sigma, as it turns out, is a photo agency that went out of business in 2010. They were huge in the 70s. They had archives of hundreds of thousands of pictures. They were bought over by Corbett, which was owned by Bill Gates. And they had a lot of legal problems, and they were getting sued left and right. So eventually they liquidated, and they went out of business in 2010. In the meantime, though, these huge archives disappeared. A lot of pictures were destroyed. A lot of pictures were stolen. And as we analyze these pictures, we notice that there's a lot of folds on them. So it appears to me that somebody probably stole them, went in, folded them, maybe put them in a jacket, whatever, and walked out. At least that's my theory for right now. So it could be anybody.
Suppression is the name of the game in the business of trying to cover up photographs such as these, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it could be. What's very strange to me is that they were released to a French magazine, it's a good magazine. I can read French. So, but I mean, what's the readership for that, right? It's minimal. It's not a huge subject in France to begin with, and it's not why release them here. I mean, there and not here. So, which I thought that was kind of strange.
What's absolutely strange too is how massive
how big this structure is, and you can see the impact on the ocean over there in the Arctic. What's going on in these photographs is still mind-boggling. When I first saw them, it did remind me straight out of Independence Day, that one photograph of the thing immersing out of the clouds, basically just straight out of the Independence Day visuals right there. But this, to me, seems that this isn't Hollywood. This is something real, and I wish you luck, Alex, in hoping the person that shot these photographs reach out. Let's break this, see what's up, what's going down.
Yeah, we're hoping. I have another lead on another potential sub. But, the bottom line is if the H.A.A.R.P is not responsible, let's assume it's not, and I believe Sackett and Klicka, then really these could come from any sub, from, any nation, if you really think about it. So it's complicated. But, again, I have a few leads. Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, it definitely is a complicated subject matter, trying to get Navy officials to come forward about this. And, just last week we had somebody that was a nuclear specialist and worked for the Navy, and he witnessed the UFO sighting, and he went to report it to the captain, and he was discharged pretty much the next day for being a homosexual. That's how far they'll go to cover up this evidence. So, yeah. Sure, it's not going to be an easy thing to get the government to talk about this.
No, I'm amazed we really got this far already in just a week and a half,
It has. I think it's gone. Yeah, worldwide, millions of people woken up to this. So, Alex, good job. You know what? Let's go to some callers, and maybe they got some questions for Mr. Mistrada. Got some strange things going on with the phone line. Alex, what's going on is that I think, the world's waking up, and just your diligence trying to get the photos out, I think you did a damn good job. So, Alex, you know what? Keep us up to date. See where this road ends and where it leads.
Third Phase Moon back right now live. Wow, when I first saw this photograph that we're going to be going over with geospatial analyst Orlando Smith, I thought it was some kind of possible ruins found next to Egypt or somewhere in Peru. I didn't know exactly where, but when I found out what you're looking at is from Mars, wow, I was blown away. This is, in my opinion, smoking gun evidence of ancient alien existence that once existed on the planet, the red planet. We know we just zoomed by Pluto, but this is the breaking news right now. Is NASA covering up ancient alien technology, structures, civilizations right there on the red planet? This is absolutely incredible. Share it with your friends, people. Share it with the world. Breaking news, Third Phase of Moon. Let's go to Orlando Smith. I want to get his first impressions on this breaking news story right now.
I can't deny the straight lines and what seems to be a spherical feature in the middle. It definitely suggests some type of man-made or, not non-geological structure, that's for certain. And at first glance, it looks like a subterranean base or something. It looks like a tunnel system that's been partially exposed. Maybe the weathering in the area has collected debris on top of it and has been somehow removed, or maybe it's being excavated. Who knows? But it's such a precarious structure that it definitely doesn't look like natural geologic formations. And so I'm just intrigued, and I wish I could see a more high definition image of this and find out what's really happening there, because it is not a natural structure there. It couldn't be.
What you're looking at right now is a high-res photograph from NASA. We're putting the link below. If you want to take a look for yourself, do your own homework. Everybody take a look at that, but we're doing our own enhancements. We're going back and forth to show the original and also putting our own color enhancements to bring out the structure. Orlando Smith, the big question right here. I know you have years in your experience of looking at geological structures via satellite. You actually work for an agency, for a government agency hired to do this. This is my big question. Is this smoking gun evidence that there was a structure, covered up by NASA right here? What is this? Is this the real deal?
I mean, I'm a skeptical person, and when I look at the photograph, I'm definitely intrigued. But at the same time, I expect that there's a lot of review of the images before they come into the public hands. And so, I mean, I can't answer that question. These structures are definitely not characteristic of the normal terrain that you would see in any landscape. Straight lines can happen from sheared rocks and such, but there's a spherical formation there as well. And there's several straight lines at really interesting angles that look more like an excavated site than just the normal topography that you would find from a weathered surface. So I just want to know more about this area. Is there any more data with different sensors that has come in? And I just want to go and review the archive with this location and see what else we can find regarding this little structure.
Absolutely. Those are facts that we want to find out right here at Third Phase of Moon. I know the world's going to be watching. The world's going to probably give us information within the next couple days in regards to what's going on in this incredible HD footage from NASA. It came in from the Arizona at their education center. So people, we need your help right now. We need to get an estimate of how big this actually is. What part of Mars is this? What actually captured this? What satellite? We need to lock it down, the dates, the time, because that's what Third Phase of Moon's all about. This is breaking news right now, liquid. I just saw this image within 10 minutes, and we're talking about it right now with a geospatial analyst, and he can't explain what he's seen in this photograph. I was showing somebody else this photograph, and I was saying, hey, look, this is a newly discovered, uncovered, maybe little city or something next to Egypt. And they're like, wow, that's quite interesting. And then I told them, look, this is on Mars. This isn't on planet Earth, because this has to be some kind of built structure, in my opinion. You know, Orlando, again, I'm going to ask you the big question, up or down. Is this natural or not?
I don't think it's a natural formation. I really don't. But I need evidence. And so until reviewing all of the data for this location, I couldn't really comment further. I'm gonna go and do a little research myself and see if I can dig up some other sensor data for this location. I know it's a time-consuming process, but this is definitely such an intriguing formation that we might want to take a look at whatever else is out there to continue this conversation, because it's definitely not over. We need to find out what's happening right there.
Everybody submit your information in regards to what's going on in this video to Third Phase Moon. Our address is in the About page on our YouTube channel. We sure would like to hear more from the public. 250,000 subscribers. It's a massive input right here at Third Phase of Moon. I wanted to remind everybody, join us tomorrow night, Friday, 12 a.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Western.
Phase of Moon.
Third Phase Moon's back, taking your calls from around the world. We got breaking news that just came in. Greece is on fire. Forest fire is going off, and there was a helicopter spraying the fires down. And something was captured. We're going to share it on Third Phase of Moon. What it is, I'm not exactly sure. People say dismiss it as a bird right away. I've never seen a bird stop in midair, take immediately 90-degree angle right, and then just zoom off at that incredible speed. It's quite interesting. We'll let the people decide. We're going to get to callers from around the world in regards to the UFO phenomenon right now. You know what's happening. We just spoke with Alex Mistretta in regards to the Arctic photos captured in 1971 off a Navy submarine of what looks to be something that we can't explain. ISS is capturing something massive. This has all been coming in last week, too. Some people are saying it's a 12,000-mile wide UFO. Well, maybe it's not quite that wide, but whatever it is massive. And then this thing that's been discovered on Mars, a gate, a cube, some ancient civilization, a city uncovered
in a subterranean situation. It's some of the most incredible smoking gun footage that we're not alone, and Mars has had life on it. If there's still life there, it's yet to be found, but there's some extraordinary evidence that states that is happening. The number to call in is 347-934-0378. Share your UFO sightings. Share your UFO sightings to the world right here at Third Phase of Moon. Area code 949. You're live, Third Phase of Moon. 949, you there?
Hey, what's up, Blake?
Hey, what's up? What's going on? Is this F1?
Yeah, it is F1. How you doing, brother?
Hey, pretty good, man. Everybody...
I just something really quick that I want to share that's like, you know what, dude? And I knew it was going to freaking happen. After I spent my last time on your show revealing the recollection that I had, just one of them, from the South Pacific Goodwill Tour.
Yes.
Do you want to know what happened yesterday?
Let's hear it, man. I know the world wants to hear it.
I remember how I said that after I reported that and I got less than an honorable discharge and seemed to get in a lot of trouble with the law. I literally don't leave my house practically, and my wife is here with me along with her sister. And yesterday, and I knew it would just be a couple of days till it happened. 2 Apache helicopters that have never in my lifetime done this, as I'm sitting in my house, literally came almost dangerously close to the telephone poles outside my backyard and basically almost tried to hover with their incredible weight. And I looked at the man sitting in the, I don't know, because Kelly would probably be able to tell you what it is, but it's the open door in the behind the cockpit where I guess cable guys or whatever gunners would hang out in. That's probably 10 feet by 8 feet. And he literally, the first one stopped, almost stopped because they have a difficult time hovering, I guess, but looked right at me and gave me a salute. A salute. Looked right at me like, yep, we got you. Then the next one behind it, and believe me, do helicopters ever come close to this house, honey, like that? She's shaking her head. She doesn't want to say her voice. And then the next one did the same thing, bro. The next one did the same thing. And the same guy with something in his arm looked right at me and gave me the same kind of look, but only like you would kind of point at someone with your hand and fake a gun motion, like, gotcha. That's what he did. Then 15 minutes later, they came back around, and this time my son came out and went, what the frick? Believe me, very, very unusual. And it only goes to show you how much reality was in my story about when I said the reason why it took so long is because it's kind of scary, because I know their capabilities, and I thought that they had pretty much mellowed out. But I can guarantee you, you don't know till you know, but I guarantee you that $1 to a donut, they never come in a residential area with telephone lines and come that close, level off, and look right at me. Literally, he was 60 feet above the telephone lines, both of them. And I was surprised it wasn't a black helicopter, but they both looked at me. The first one gave me a salute. The second one pointed a fake, his finger like he was shooting me. Then 15 minutes later, they came back and repeated the same thing. I've never seen that here. I've lived here for many, many, many years. And that's why I just don't go out, dude. It's like, holy Jesus frickin' H. Christ.
I hear some background chatter. Is there comments from what was going on? I'd like to hear it on Third Phase.
Yeah, my wife is very nervous. We've been together for 13 years. She's probably the best wife you could ever have on this planet. And she went from, what's the point, to now she's very scared for me. And she says, you're going to end up dead. And I said, you know what? That's the way it goes. Honey, am I telling the truth? Thank you. See how she says it? She doesn't even want to be part of it, but she said yeah, and she doesn't lie.
What was your response to these suggestions by these?
Well, I looked right at him, and I took my cell phone, and I held my dad's Vietnam circa binoculars, which is still awesome, and made sure I got a great description of both helicopters so that I can look at the video and expand it and document it and encrypt it. That's the only thing I could think to do. And you know what? You know what, Blake? I'm not really that freaking scared, dude. You know what?
They're not going to be. If they're pointing at you, man. They're like, okay, we see you. Okay, move along.
No, isn't that weird, bro? Right after I gave so much information on the last show, and I tried not to give too much detail, bro, because I'll tell you privately, certain things that were I didn't try to give the right time relevance, but it was all pretty close. And I also didn't give the name of the ship or the commanding officer because I knew that those are the kind of things that they take and whittle down to get you. And that's why I blocked my number when I called you. But, this time I opened it up.
Let's bring in another caller. Maybe they got a question for you. Our phone lines have been jacked tonight. I don't know exactly what's going down. There's been some sensitive information. I know. Let's get to area code 917, see if they come in, and then we're going to get back to F1 because I know F1's got what's going down over there in San Diego is quite intimidating in its own sense. 917, you there?
Yeah, hi, I'm here, Blake. This is Sharon. I'm really just listening, just trying to take it in.
Yeah, well, Sharon, just while you're online, I want to get your opinion. F1 worked for the Navy. He was discharged because he wanted to report a UFO sighting to the captain.
Right. Right.
And now he's getting buzzed by Blackhawks, and they're pointing at him and giving him the salute, like, hey, we see you.
Blake, until recently, until like the last year, I just never lived in this world. I just didn't know that this kind of crap went on with so many, people that have no conscience. They'll just do whatever they want to intimidate and hurt you for their agenda. So, I believe it. Unfortunately, I believe it's happening.
I promise you it's the truth. I promise you I would never lie to you. I promise to whoever you believe in, I'm not lying.
Well, when I think by the positive response in the community after watching your video, we're going to have the link. So if anybody missed F1's interview live that we had him on last Friday, he shared something that the world's never heard of. And let me tell you, it's quite amazing and quite sad at the same time when the government's trying to, they ruin people's lives trying to report UFOs. Come on.
It's scary, Blake, because you kind of wonder, and I'm not trying to go off the Richter here, but you get this pit feeling. I've always been able to tell the intent of other people through either actions, look, or communication, and you wonder if our government is really run by humans because they seem rather heartless, and the government was created back in the day to represent the people's best interests, and now all it seems like is their main objective is to penalize those that don't fall into place like a little schoolboy. So I'm kind of scared.
You know, keep it strong over there, F1, and you keep in touch. F1, you got some video of this Black Hawk action over your house. Are you going to send it over?
Probably not. I feel like, bro, it's just too much of a link, and it's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need another person's cell phone to like transfer it to, so it doesn't go back to me.
Nobody's gonna know, man. We're gonna put the video. We're not gonna link where's exact location. We'll say it's in San Diego. How many people live in San Diego, Kelly?
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean, Blake. I mean, if for that to happen was absolutely, and I tell you the truth, bro. I thought it would come in the form of police officers or something trying to stop me for doing nothing. But and then it, like I say, that was yesterday, and I'm thinking, that's about the time it gets through the chain of command to actually take action on it and decide what they want to do. I'm grateful that they were Marine Apache helicopters rather than the black unmarked ones, because when they show up, you disappear.
Base of moon. Third base of moon. Base of moon.
Third phase of moon, Blake Cousins, welcome back. Now let's go to Mount H.A.A.R.P on Mars, a sweeping panoramic shot combining 33 telephoto images. A Martian vista presents a strange enigma. I don't know why NASA doesn't explain some of this stuff. It's just absolutely boggles the mind. Take a look at this. Is this some kind of drone? A sphere levitating just off the Martian surface. We're going to brightness, contrast, sharpen the image. Quite interesting. Leave your comments below and tell us what you think's going on in this multimedia Mars extravaganza. Man, it's a wild ride, a wild universe, people. We're not alone. Don't forget, join us Friday, midnight, New York time, 9 p.m. Los Angeles time, 6 p.m. Pacific for Third Phase of Moon Radio Live, taking your calls from around the world.